This is Harry Shepler of Shepler Financial Group, talking to you on my third video with YouTube. Today is June 8th, 2020, and today when I checked my account, my investment account, I was 98.7% away from the high of this year. So my account has almost completely recovered from the dip that was caused by the coronavirus when so many people were laid off. And as I predicted, we would have what's called a V-shaped recovery, and we did. And so I'm happy to say that my account's up there. If you're my clients, your accounts are up as well. And it allows me to talk a little bit today about some things to think about in the future. We have in America and in many places around the world what we call free markets. Free markets are ones where the government keeps its hands out of the control of what's going on in the economy. Now, certainly the Federal Reserve is involved, but in general, entrepreneurs, people with ideas, are allowed to implement those ideas. And if they're successful, if they have met a need that's in the economy that people enjoy and want, then they're going to succeed. And if you think about it, the computer that I'm using to talk to you was invented by someone. There's an Intel processor inside that someone invented and made digital technology so easy. The mouse that I have, someone invented and someone manufactures. The table that I'm sitting on is somebody made it. And everything that you look around and you see, I'm looking out some windows. The windows were made by a manufacturer, and they're meeting the need of the public. Well, there's a concept in economics that if you have entrepreneurs that are available, that no matter how bad the economy is, something is going to be good. I'll give you one example, and that is the oil business. Today, the United States is the largest producer of oil in the world. We exceed whatever Saudi Arabia is doing. We are the biggest oil producer, but there's a problem. The problem is what's called lifting costs. In Saudi Arabia, if they want to produce more oil, all they have to do is go to the spigot and crank it up a little bit. The oil is under such pressure that they don't even need to pump it. It just comes out at 150,000 barrels a day for each well. In the United States, each well might produce 100 barrels a day. A lot more wells, and it all adds up to a lot of oil, but it costs more money to get it out of the ground because it has to be pumped out. And during the Obama administration, when everything was down, the economy was depressed, things were just grinding along very slowly, the oil patch was heated with activity. There were lots of jobs during the recession that were in the oil patch, particularly in North Dakota and in Texas. And during that time, they were able to create wells that are now producing a tremendous amount of oil. They had to borrow a lot of money from the banks to do their drilling, but they figured that from the oil revenue, they could pay that all off. Well, here's the thing. If on average, an industry, this new oil that they've discovered costs about $40 a barrel just to get it out of the ground. And so right now, oil's selling for 30 something a barrel. For every barrel they pump, they're losing money. So they don't pump, but they still owe the bank, and they still have bills, and so they're likely to go out of business. And the economy, if you will, they took a risk, and they're not going to get rewarded. However, if they go bankrupt, there will be another company that comes along with cash, and for a dime on the dollar, will buy out the defunct company. And they'll start pumping the oil, and maybe their lifting costs will be $20 a barrel. And so we'll have the oil, they'll make a profit, and we'll still be the largest producer of oil in the world. That's a process called creative destruction, and it happens throughout a free economy where one new idea will replace an old idea. So the car manufacturers replace the buggy whip manufacturers and the buggy manufacturers. Okay, digital cameras replaced Kodak, which was a Dow Jones Industrial Average company, now completely defunct. Creative destruction happens in an economy when new people get new ideas that will help more people. And that's why I have the confidence that we will always recover from any downturn. And the market will always continue, even though it dips now and then, will continue to go up. Hope you enjoyed this message. Check out my website at www.sheplergroup.com. Thanks.